guys, welcome back to the shower. It's just me, Danny, and Dan today. Dan, what are we talking about?
We're talking about the Southend music scene.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did a gig in the Fickle Pickle last night. It was hosted by Indie Cult Club.
Yep.
It was awesome. It was
Oh,
so cool. We just had to make a video about it.
yeah, we're really impressed. It was something we've been excited for and been trying to do for a while. And we'll
Mm,
touch on it some point in this short episode about getting out of town.
yeah.
So we've been very comfortable gigging around our local area, doing the pubs and places we know, but
Mm.
we wanted to get out of town and this was like the just the perfect night for us. Like genuinely couldn't have gone better.
Literally, it was a risk, right?
Hmm.
Wednesday night in a town that you don't know anyone. We must have brought about four people to this gig. And I don't know how they're doing it down there, but this show, I'll go into a little bit about what the show was.
Yeah.
It's at the Fickle Pickle, hosted by Indie Cult Club. Guy John there runs it. He's just an absolute legend.
Oh,
Massive
yeah.
shout out to John. It's like £3 tickets
Yep.
and three bands on,
Hmm.
all doing original music, and the room's full on a
Yeah.
Wednesday night, and it's people at all ages there, and they're just really doing something right there. And the fact that we nearly didn't do it because of the fact that it's a new town, we've never gigged there before, we don't know anyone there to bring. We might have been like, oh, should we do it? Should we not do it? Don't know. And we
Yeah.
did it, and it just ended up being such a great night.
Yeah, I was happy. Obviously, we spoke about it. We had a few people we knew, like you said, of four people. So where it was in Southend, I spend a lot of my time there. But we
Mm.
didn't have an audience there. We're an hour away, really. Like our main audience are an hour
More than an
away.
hour.
But yeah, so we could have turned up and it could have been really embarrassing. But that's because of what we know from other gigs, right? So what this indie cult club do really well was they marketed it as, like you said, £3. They want young people coming, but they also it's available to everyone. But it was a really good night of music. They had Monumental as their house band, who were always there. So they bring their own crowd. They close the show. They're incredible. They've got energy. Like
So
big
cool.
shout out to Monumental. But Lois Leon being another local band, they opened the show and then they
Mm.
slotted us in the middle. So we kind of got to play to both of them audiences and also
Mm.
ours that came along. But it was really well run, really well thought out. John's passionate about
Yeah.
independent music, local music, but also helping other bands out as well. They were so good to us.
So good to us. And I don't know how they're making anyway. £3 a ticket, but I mean the room was packed, so
Yeah.
they're doing something right there. And what we want to talk about this episode,
Hmm.
go building from that, is how to tackle a new scene, why you should
Yeah.
as a band or artist, and like the do's and don'ts and what we learned from doing it, I think.
Yeah.
So just getting into that, like obviously the first thing is like you have to do this. Like
Yeah.
we've been gigging basically in our local scene in Hertfordshire and London. And I don't think London you can't really count at that. Like everyone's coming all over the place to do a gig in London,
Yeah.
but to actually find a scene like that, like you just have to take the risk and do these things.
Yeah.
And it is basically that conversation that we had about we were like, shall we do it or shall we not? We're umming and ahhing about it for about a week. Um, could have really effed us if we didn't
Yeah.
do it. And that, we would have missed out on so much.
And so many people said that after, like when we came off stage, we bumped into quite a few people, like, and they said like, well done for coming down, and like you've done a really good set. Like I think that's all it takes. Like you will go somewhere and you get very comfortable gigging in your hometown, but there are so many people waiting to discover new bands because there are only so many bands you can listen to in your own local scene. So if you come down, an audience of people waiting to see you, like it will go well for you no matter what. If it's just one person that likes you, or if there's a couple that 20, 30, like yeah, you can get a lot from those evenings.
Yeah, and a lot of it is going to be like you are going to do these things as a band or an artist, and you're going to turn up at this venue you've never heard of in a town you've never been to before, and there's going to be three people there,
Yeah,
and it might be a bit of a blowout. But like, if you keep doing it, you'll find something like what we found,
yeah.
who like managed to, who just have that organic scene there that have now we've now been exposed to and now kind of feel a part of. Like, and
I
it's
think
about taking the risks over and over again until it pays off because it will.
more, I'd love for more venues and promoters or whatever, more scenes to copy what they're doing because you see, you
Mm.
go to some places and like £10 on a midweek is just, it's way too much for a ticket. If you think about it, like say your Tuesday night, £10, £15 a ticket to see three independent bands, it's going to turn some people away because it's expensive. It's not just your ticket, it's your beer, your transport, but
Yeah.
£3, a pound a band. Like, and the good, like, it's
It is a pound a
a
band.
pound a band is incredible. Like, but also what they were doing by kind of targeting the audience to the colleges and the kind of students that are in that town. It's like
Mm,
they're the people that are going to fund these venues in 10, 15 years when they're going out drinking with their mates and family, and then they have their families and they bring their kids along to these venues. Like that's a way of building a music scene, not just by going like, how can we get £15 per ticket for everyone that turns in the door, but actually let's give them a really good midweek event, £3, so they might come down to another venue we own and spend a
yeah.
tenner on a ticket and see a bigger band.
Yeah, and they also obviously have bigger gigs there
Yeah.
where it is more expensive to come. And I guess they're a lot more likely they're building that organic community around that venue by doing these cheaper nights. And it gives it's like I mean a big thing for us, obviously at the shout out, it gives artists an opportunity to go and play in front of 100 people,
Yeah.
100, maybe more than 100 people. I think they said the first one they had like 150 people. It's exam
Yeah.
season less last night when we played, but still it gets played in front of 100 people on a Wednesday night.
Yeah.
You know, that's great exposure for us. And now like we're looking at getting booked there again and maybe doing a different
Yeah.
thing on a Saturday. But
Amazing.
it's leading to those other things and just it's you're never going to get to those other things if you don't take those risks.
And you haven't got to go far. I mean, for obviously
Yeah,
for me, if I didn't come from where 10-minute journey, but for us as a band, it would be about an hour drive. Which, like, if you go to London, for example, we're doing an hour train journey anyway, so
yeah,
you don't have to go far to get out of your local scene. But if you do well at a gig an hour away, like if you have a headline gig back at home, there's no reason why someone might not make a weekend of it, come down and see your set. So you don't have to think just because you're gigging out of town that this audience are only going to follow me in their local area. Like people do travel and people are passionate about music they like, so
they
you,
are.
you got to do it.
So I want to go on to a little bit about what maybe we could have done better,
Hmm.
if you're cool talking about that.
Sure, go on. What
Because
have you got in mind?
well, not necessarily anything in specific about like the set, about how we
Hmm.
played, but it was great having lots of people come up and talk to us afterwards.
Yeah,
But I think in terms of advice for bands, get yourself out there because people are shy. People might think your set was sick
yeah, yeah,
and they won't, and you'll be stood next to them and they'll be like,
yeah.
whereas like if you go and say like, hi. They'll be like, "Oh, I
Mingle.
loved your set." I mean, like a couple times we went up and just talked to someone, and they're like, "Mate, your set was sick." And then they follow your Instagram, and
Yeah,
then and this is going to go on to my next thing I'm talking about. But then if you have things like a mailing list sorted out, if you
yeah,
have a merch stand, if you
yeah,
have QR codes that people can scan that gets you straight to your socials and or your Spotify, things
yeah,
like that are how you really capitalize
yeah.
on everything that you've done, you know?
Yeah, I think that's true because we didn't have much merch left. We probably had like four or
No.
five t-shirts left, but it's something that we've always said. Like, should we bring merch to this gig? Like, bring it everywhere. Bring whenever you because you don't know who's going to turn up, who wants to follow you. Like I remember something we done wrong as well. Not we're not that we do loads of things wrong. We did do it wrong. We done a gig in our local town, right at the Horn. We supported friends of the show, Vigilante. He's been on before. And I just remember walking out and someone said to us, "You guys were great. Where can we catch you?" And we just had to say, "Oh, on Instagram." It's like we didn't have anything for them to scan. Like you're
Yeah.
missing out there on like a great opportunity to be like, here's our mailing list.
Yeah.
Come see us at our next gig. So yeah, you take anything that
Yeah.
you can with you and just go finish the gig, head straight over to that stand and just talk.
The Vigilante, yeah, big shout out to Vigilantes because they've taught us a lot about
Yeah.
that, and that's where we're kind of working to get to this year. But the power
Hmm.
of the merch stand is cannot be understated.
Yeah.
When you have a merch stand, it is not just you're not doing that to make that well, however much maybe you make like 6, 7 quid for every t-shirt you sell of
Yeah.
profit. You're not, it's not about the money you make from the t-shirt. It's the fact that you are stood there at a table with your logo everywhere, and
Yeah.
it's an invitation to come up and talk to us and come and and then you've got your mailing list and you've got your socials and people can follow you from there. Like I saw
Yeah.
what's it, Lois
Lois
Leon,
Leon. Yeah.
sick band. I was stood by their merch stand at the end because I wanted to say goodbye to them. And they had people coming up just following their, they weren't buying a t-shirt, they're selling t-shirts. Some people bought t-shirts. A lot of
Yeah.
people just followed their Spotify
Yeah.
and followed
Yeah.
their Instagram
They
and
did
had
it
a,
right.
you know,
Yeah.
it's the power of the merch stand is so much more than just making money to sell the t-shirts. It's an invitation to come and talk to us and get to know us as a band.
Yeah.
And so you look like a band if you've got your if you just have a t-shirt and maybe a couple CDs lying about,
Yeah.
you know?
It hasn't got to be anything crazy. Like they were very honest on stage, Lois Leon. They said, "Look, we made this merch ourselves. We printed it ourselves.
Yeah,
It's a tenner. Come over to the merch stand. We've got a few CDs as well. Like people aren't expecting to have like a designer shirt. It
yeah.
was cool merch anyway, but like they're very honest. Like, come say hi. We've got some merch. Don't feel pressured.
Mm.
But people are gonna if you make that more personable element to it. But yeah, no. Shout out to Lois Leon. They had a great set as well. I want to make sure we
Yeah,
get that in.
awesome
Like
set.
some
Awesome set.
really good
Love that.
tunes.
Really excited for their new song. Kill the Moon, I think it's called. Really excited for
Yeah,
that. You're definitely listening up for that one. But yeah, honestly, it was a great night. We learned a lot and we
yeah,
wanted to share that with, because we know most people listening are, well, a lot of people listening are bands and artists. Yeah,
yeah,
get out of your local scene, be prepared for it. And we will try and make this a regular thing.
yeah.
Advice slash experiences from our lives as musicians. I don't think we talk about it enough.
Yeah, we've done a lot wrong, so we can definitely we've done a lot of good, but I think we're very good at certain things as a band. I'd say we're doing very well at our kind of like just behind the scenes thought. We have a lot of meetings together, a lot of putting our heads together and trying to just be a bit serious about things. But there's also some things we miss and some things we've learned from like Vigilantes, having conversations with them. Apollo Junction gave us a bit of advice. Like we're learning from those bands, and like it's just how it works. But I'd also like to say Indie Cult Club have inspired me personally for the shout out because I would love to do what they're doing in our local community, putting on some nights where it's cheap and accessible for a young audience to then build up. Because yeah, they're going to go and buy tickets at future gigs. So I'm yeah, I was inspired by last night. It was a great night of music.
Yeah. Big shout out to Indie Cult Club and John from
Yeah,
Indie Cult Club for putting us on.
thank you, John.
Definitely a promoter to be hitting up, trying to get gigs with if you are an artist or if you're into independent music. Definitely see what shows they're putting on because the
Yeah,
talent they're putting on is incredible.
yeah.
Really, really high level.
And shout out to the Green Pints at the Fickle Pickle. They do a green themed beer for
Yes.
£5.95, I believe it was roughly.
I think yeah, reasonably priced for a green
Yeah.
beer. I think it was just normal beer with blue WKD to
No,
make.
it was Green Cactus Jacks, I think it was from what Josh said.
Oh, I
So
wanted to try the green shots, but
yeah,
I kind of forgot to.
yeah. Well, I was driving, I
I
couldn't,
would have
but
had a very fun car journey home. If
no,
you can only buy them by the four, I think. So
yeah, it would have been a bit excessive.
yeah, but yeah, Fickle Pickle, what a venue. We might be
Mm,
back. Stay tuned.
we might be back.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more advice slash stories from the rest of the Spacemen's journeys. We've got loads of episodes coming out as well. Loads of cool interviews. Make sure you hit the bell and subscribe. Peace.
Au revoir.